I was looking at my public defender's response. It would say State of Washington versus Paul Budnick. Yes. Defendant submits Hugh versus Stockbridge, 113 Washington Ave 532. Authority for the proposition that the due process requires the state to prove, first thing first, Mr. Budnick had actual notice petition request, and two, that the sufficient basis would justify the imposition of the permanent order. Well, obviously I didn't have actual notice of the petitioner's request because I don't think the petitioner petitioned the court. Now, they have this come down public defender based on the Fifth Amendment of the United States Constitution. I file attached certified statement of counsel. Those not signed. I'm kind of surprised when you involve the Fifth Amendment of the United States Constitution. You would think a judge would. I mean, do they do that all the time? They include the Constitution in their responses to the state. Now, I know, okay, I'm not the first guy to get arrested for violating a protection order where there was no jurisdiction for the issuance of it, but when I really look at the response, in fact, the misspelling of my name, it's actually spelled B-U-D-N-I-K, or N-E-K, thank you for that. Section 3 of Washington State Constitution, why would they not remove it now? Since it can be used in any sort of prosecution of any person that's been arrested that was not issued a protection order according to the Domestic Violence Protection Act, order and so on, protects Heidi and her children. Yes. Defendant only violated order restraining the defendant from having contact. Actually, I wasn't in Squim on that day. Yeah. Just having the knowledge that I wasn't in Squim on December 31st of 2015, you would have thought they would have removed it and they would have found my missing 5 sons. Now, I don't know what the state of Washington judges are thinking when they decided to allow a protection order that violates the state constitution and violates the United States Constitution. Effectively, my personal life violated all 10 amendments of the Constitution. But when they allow it as being the basis, now defendant submits so and so as authority for the proposition the due process requires the state. Wouldn't that be something if I effectively become one of these case studies and I'm in every rationale of every public defender? Well, actually, there was a due process violation. It was not issued with the necessary number of judicial days. Petitioner didn't sign it, so the respondent was not given actual notice and opportunity. There's numerous forgeries on the various documents, and they didn't fill out the lines the way they're designed, and they decided to add additional words and various types of scribbles throughout the whole document. And, as a public defender, I'm here to defend the guy, so if he gets off, good for him. Now, I know, okay? It's not just the prosecuting attorney side and all the judges throughout the United States that get to use Washington State versus Budnick as a justification for the prosecuting of those that they issue protection orders to without them having any knowledge that there were any court hearings. Now, I know. You served the guy in a public library, then you arrested him on December 31st when he wasn't in that city, and then you put him in jail for, 3 days. On January 4th, I was arrested, and they kept me in there for 3 days, and then, I'm not going to show up, okay? I'm not going to court unless there's a court order to go to court, because you just don't go to court because you think it's a good idea.